we are live. Hi, everyone. This is Kate. Welcome to the Inspired by Her podcast. And today I have Olivia Quido-Co. Hi, Olivia.
Hey, Kate, how are you? Thanks for having me.
No, I'm so happy for you to be here. Hi, everyone. Olivia has an amazing story. She's the CEO of the O Skin Med Spa. She's named as a top 100 Filipino in the USA. She won an award from Mayor's Entrepreneurs Award for Entrepreneurs Los Angeles. And I've heard her company from I know you were one of the sponsor for the Miss Universe
Right.
in 2019. So
That's right.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So Olivia, welcome.
Yes, Kate, I'm looking forward.
Yeah, so Olivia, for anyone who didn't know you, if you can briefly introduce yourself, aside from the amazing bio.
Oh wow. Okay. So I'm a mother. I'm Olivia Quido. I'm a mother of four. So I have twins, a girl and a boy,
Wow.
and this is the biggest blessing ever having a lot of kids. And I'm in the skincare business for 16 years now, turning 17. So which is kind of cool because it's my passion. I've been in the computer programming business. That's what like I'm a bachelor of computer, but my passion has always been taking care of people's skin. So yeah, after moving here to the United States, so I worked for a little bit, but and then I was able to open up my own spa, so in two locations, which is one in Cerritos Mall and the other one is in Eagle Rock Mall.
Wow. Bring me back to childhood. Olivia, did you grow up in the Philippines or here? Tell me.
I grew up in the Philippines, so I came here when I was 26. So I studied esthetician at the age of 27. So yeah.
Wow. And so bring me back to that very first spa that you opened. I read your story. You started renting in a salon. Is that
Right. Renting, it's their kitchen now, so it's like a small little room inside the salon. So that's how I started. I put my one bed. So it's basically like when you put the bed. This is the bed and this is the wall. So, it's kind of small, but it was a very fruitful 5 years of my life, building clientele, seeing what the problems, what are the kinds of skin problem that the most people are dealing with. So those are the 5 years that I was learning, educating myself. And then after that, after those 5 years, I started doing my own skincare line.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love the packaging. I saw the packaging. It's super luxurious. And I
Thank you so
can't wait
much.
to visit your spa one of these days once we're open.
Yes, of course. I would love to have you and your husband.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. No, Olivia, you went from the small rental salon to successful bigger location. Tell me, what is the journey like to get where
So
you
the journey wasn't easy because you know how it is, like when you open a spa, it's not like the client will trust you right away because the skin, especially their faces, are they're very meticulous about it, right? When we go to a hairdresser, we have to pick and choose the right hairdresser for us. What more if it's about the face? So I think that was the hardest part because I didn't have a I just graduated. There's not a lot of credibility there. So I would, like I've said in my previous interviews, that I would go to like different parking lots, putting out like flyers in their
flyers?
windshields for me to, get clientele. And can you believe, for out of 100 flyers that I would put in the cars, how many people would call me?
Wow, what's your number?
Yes.
You really bootstrap your company, and I know um spa industry is very hard in the beginning. I mean, it's even hard when you have a clientele. It's a very expensive to upkeep, and with
Right.
California law, it's like I know what it's like. So
Right.
wow. So out of that 100 flyers, how many client called you? So
Out of 100 flyers that I've given out, like only one phone call that I would get out of that. So, can you imagine the amount of like the amount of doing the marketing? It wasn't easy because we didn't have like internet. We don't use internet a lot before.
I said,
So it's mostly like newspaper, and newspapers are expensive.
mhm.
So that's the only way that I could market myself, because I don't have a lot of budget. I only had like $1,500 to open up that business.
Wow. So you start
Yeah.
1,500. You're
Right.
using guerrilla marketing. You bootstrap your company. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
And so, what is the highest honor or award you've ever received?
That's a good question. I think being in the like getting a phone call from Miss Universe to be their official skincare, I think that was the best thing that was with regards to marketing and with regards to like credibility. That was the most that we have that the Lord has given us, like like one of the most blessing, because it has opened our doors to different opportunities after that.
Wow. And I know, did you just open a center in Dubai? Is that correct? Was that?
We open, like, we had a partner in Dubai that is selling our skincare in 7 different states in UAE. So which is like in Saudi Arabia. So we get a lot also from. So Dubai is the main, like I would say the flagship
Mhm.
branch, and then it kind of like branch into different 7 different states.
Wow.
And Qatar also, we get a lot of
Wow.
clients.
So tell me the backstory. How did you ended up getting that deal?
After the Miss Universe, even before the Miss Universe, we get like phone calls from different countries already, because like the Philippines, because we are in the TFC, we have like a segment in the Filipino channel for 10 years now. So that kind of opened opportunities for us in different countries. Different the Filipino from different countries would order products from us, and then they would put the word out there.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So, I know you have a very strong following with the Filipino community, that's really
Yeah.
amazing. Do you
Thank
think
God.
that
Yeah.
really contributed to your success?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't hear your question.
You have an amazing following with a community, Filipino community in California or in the US. Do you think
Mhm.
that something that contributed to your success?
Super. I think that's like 95% of the, because I love our Filipino people, right? So we get a lot of clientele with regards to inquiries because of the Filipino channel as
No
well.
channel, yeah.
Yes.
So, what was the very first marketing that you did aside from handling the flower? What made you decide to do a an ads or do a segment in the Filipino channel? I know that's not cheap. I know it's expensive.
Right, right, right,
Tell
right.
me.
So at first, I just my husband told me, why don't we put like a commercial on TV, since
Mhm.
there's no skincare commercial in the Filipino channel at that time yet. So I called the TFC, and we had one commercial. And after that one commercial, they approached me if I want to have a beauty segment on TV. So that was the opening
Wow.
of the, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was so nervous because I'm not good at talking on camera, and I was so shy. And then I remember the first interview was, it took us 20 take for me to like put out one sentence. So it was kind of like a shocking moment for me, because I'm not good in like talking.
Yeah, I can really relate to that. I remember uh, doing a and like a video, and it took me a while because I would just forget my line. It's just very hard. But look at you now, like that's amazing, right? It's just practice.
Yeah, it's just practice, and then it's kind of and also I remember when Pia Wurtzbach told me that she gave me an advice, and she said that when she looked at the camera, or where she looks at like an interview on screen, she would only think of one person. She's just talking to one person, which is the cameraman. So with that, it kind of relieved the nervousness, it kind of relieved the anxiousness in her. So
Well,
yeah.
that's a very good advice. And Pia is the Miss Universe 2018?
15.
15. Oh,
15.
yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she's the
So
Filipina.
I kind of put that advice at heart. Yeah. So when I talk to the anyone, I would just imagine that I'm just talking to one person versus like thousands or millions of people on TV.
Wow, wow. And I love how you're into women's empowerment. What would be your advice to an aspiring entrepreneurs?
So I would say that there would be a lot of challenges along the way. It's not that easy, but when you there's no like success that would not go through any challenges. So I would say that they just have to keep pushing, and then keep putting in their heart like what's the intention of why they want to achieve that, why they want to put that business, what's the motivation, are they going to be helping a lot of people along the way. So those are the things that they have to put in mind to keep on pushing
Yeah,
forward.
okay. Sounds
Yeah,
like you really need to know your why and remind yourself about your why you're creating this business.
exactly, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
And Olivia, you mentioned about failure. Tell me about a mistake that you made.
So okay, so maybe I would say along the way, because we have a lot of staff.
Mhm.
um, I think the mistake that I've done was maybe putting everything in writing. I think that's the most important thing, dealing with maybe a customer or an employee or with a distributor. I think the most important thing is to have everything in black and white, because when you just say something, when they say something, you kind of forget it, but when everything is in paper, everything is clear. I think that's the one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very hard, especially you're managing a lot of employees. You have 40 employees.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And what do you think? What was one of your deepest motivation in life?
I think, my passion is the number one. If you ask me what's in my heart right now, the one passion that I have is bringing people to the Lord.
Mm,
That's what like motivates me all the time. Why Jesus, or why God put me in the place of having a business, maybe to reach more people so that I can like bring more people to Him. I think that's my ultimate motivation. When the Lord opened my heart, that's what's inside. I have this heart for people, for make sure that before we go to after the next life, they have accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior. I think that's the most important and most powerful thing that is the Lord has placed in my heart.
wow, that's wonderful.
Yes. Yeah.
And Olivia, what scares you the most in this current situation?
Actually, that's a good question, because at first I was kind of scared, but after like doing some devotion and listening to Word of God, and it says that it's not the end. What's happening right now, it's not the end. You know how like when you watch a like a series of 24, the 24 TV series, like when you see that Jack Bauer is kind of dying, but when you see that there's like you're on season 4, but there's still season 12.
Mhm.
It's kind of like that in life. We're thinking that, oh, this is the end of it, but no, the Lord has more plans ahead that we don't see. But we just keep on pushing forward, lift people up, helping people along the way. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
The thing that scares me, um, I think the most scariest part, it's not about dying. The most scariest part is dying without Jesus. I think that's the thing that kind of like puts in my heart all this time, with regards to the beginning of the COVID up until now. I think that's in what's in my heart.
Yeah. Is your business affected with the sales? I know you're close, right? Is your spa
Right,
close? Or,
right,
okay.
right, right, right,
So
right.
tell me, is it a big drop for e-commerce, or the e-commerce is booming, or tell me.
This is, yeah, okay, this is interesting. Okay, our spa is closed. The service part of the business is very much affected because I have to think of ways on how to do facials on clients 6 feet apart. Okay, so
You need
that's
like a
what we need.
stick.
That's what we need to do. But on the e-commerce part is booming because people cannot go to the spa and pick up products, so they would just order online. And since I'm also selling hand sanitizers and I'm gonna have like face masks coming soon, so those are the things that are like our e-commerce has been booming, which is thank God our online business is booming very much. But the service part kind of like sacrifice,
Mhm.
but in effect at least there's something that we can continue to do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Think back to a time that you felt transform, and how did you change and why?
Transform.
Mhm. Yes.
Tran- Transform with
You
regards to physical or inside. Everything.
Anything.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, when I was doing being in the like when I was starting to learn how to do skincare, I don't know how to take care of myself.
Mm.
So then after because I had a lot of pimples growing up, I didn't have a space on my face. Every single pore I think has a pimple. So that's when I kind of and then when I went to a dermatologist, they gave me a medication that I put. So I put the medication and it left a lot of yellow stain on my face. So this were all yellow, these are all yellow. So that went on for a very long time. So after studying skincare, then that's how I learned how to take care of that yellow stain just by peeling off the first layer of the skin. So in that way, with that experience, I want to help out a lot of women who are suffering the same kind of problem. And you know how like when a teenager comes to your spa and they're looking down because of their self-esteem because of so many pimples on their faces. So then I kind of want to be able to help those kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
I can super relate to that. When I was growing up, I mean, even an adult, I have eczema, so I still do if I'm stressed. So it goes back and forth. So I definitely know how it feels when you feel very insecure about your
Right.
skin, and it's very difficult.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So that's kind of what triggered me and fueled me to study skincare and actually like kind of master what's in there,
Mhm.
like putting also together a good product that would help penetrate the skin better so they could get good results more.
Yeah. Well, it shows with your skin. You have a flawless skin, and now
Thank
you're
you.
telling me you have you suffer from acne in teenager, and I don't even see that now.
Yeah. So there's a way on how to remove all those remembrance when you what you had during high school teenage days.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. So, Olivia, how do you want to be remembered?
Good question. I want to be remembered as a good mom and also I want to be remembered as a loving wife, and then most importantly a good follower of Christ. That's what I want to be remembered. Everything else about the work, everything else about the business, I think that's like secondary or third, or that's somewhere like I'm not. I want to be known as somebody that brought them to the Lord, because when I go to heaven I look back and I don't want to see no people lining behind me because I didn't bring anyone there. I want to be able to bring a lot of people as in any way I can. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And how do you balance your life between being a mother and running? I know you have 4 kids and running these businesses. What's your day like?
Okay, my day like is I would, take care of the kids, make sure that they have breakfast. Thank God we have a good nanny that, good nanny that helps us on cooking because she's a very good cook. Imagine our breakfast is yang chow fried rice. We
That's
would have like,
jealous.
yeah, I think I'm very blessed, and I don't want to disregard that. I'm very blessed to have a good somebody that would a helper that will help us with regards to cooking and stuff. Because I know how to cook, but I don't love cooking. But I know how to cook. Yeah.
What is it about cooking that you don't like? Is it the cleaning after or being
Yes, actually the cleaning after and the
the,
preparation. But the cooking part I like, but it's just the before and
the
after.
prepping and the prepping and
Yeah,
after?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I know
Yeah.
sometimes you cook it, the effort of cleaning is more than
No, exactly. And you know how like when you make dim sum shawmai, it takes like an hour, but it takes like 1 minute to eat it.
Yes. So you know how to make dim sum and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I went to school for cooking. I went to cook. I went to school for Italian cooking, Japanese, like Chinese, everything. I have all these cookbooks. So I would tell Nanay, can you just look at my cookbook? And yeah,
Wow, wow,
yeah.
wow. So you're so well rounded, Olivia.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Um so for anyone, where can they find you? What's your handle, and where can they buy your products?
Okay, they can purchase my products at oskinmedspa.com. And then I have my Instagram handles on Facebook is Olivia Quido, and Instagram is Olivia Quido. So both the same. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me, and I really appreciate your time. And have a great day, Olivia. And
Well,
thank
thank you so much. God bless you.
you too. Bye.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.
See you
Take
soon.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.